Hello, welcome to Sprint 10 Demo and Updates. I'm at my folks' place in Brisbane. There's like my mum and sister, and there's me in Cambodia, and there's all these books and wedding photos and whatnot. And yeah, it's good to be back and doing a demo. So let's go and have a look at this. All right, so the main thing from me here was sweeping the improvements board was something I did recently. So you may notice there's now a whole bunch of cards in the done column. So anything that wasn't active in the last 3 months, I archived. So if you've lost any tickets and you want them back, go and find them in the closed section of GitHub. And yeah, these are all celebrating ones. Some of the ones that were scoping already, which hadn't been touched, I just bounced back to the backlog. So none of the data has been lost, but it's just a case of keeping the board updated and clean. So another thing I wanted to talk about was AbilityMate. So this is our most recent proto-venture. And so if you go to the handbook, ventures, proto-ventures, AbilityMate, you can read all about them. Highly suggest watching their video here. And AbilityMate is a really cool venture. They're based in Sydney, and they're using sort of 3D printing and distributed manufacturing for assistive devices. And they've got a lot of stuff up there. Lovely bunch of people, and yeah, definitely check them out. So you'll be seeing them coming into the Lumios group soon for new contributors. And another thing was this services reformat. That's done a bunch of work on that, which has now resulted in the launch of Enspiral Labs. So we're starting as a team in services, and then we'll be bouncing out into a new company, starting out as a co-op. These are the sorting founding members involved. But again, you can read about that in Enspiral Labs proto-ventures, which a bunch of us are jamming on, which is really great. And one of the things about Labs is we're sort of replicating some of the Enspiral information systems. So if you go to like labshandbook.enspiral.com, you'll see where our Gitbook is, or Labs improvements, you'll see the waffle board. So having those things of an improvements board and a Gitbook off the bat is one of the ways that we're sort of helping orientate ourselves about how it works. And here's a handbook, which we have more stuff coming on it. So if you want to check out what Labs is doing, labshandbookinspiral.com and labs-improvements.enspiral.com. And if you want to use the same structure, let us know so that people can find their way around it pretty easily. So that's some of the work that I've been doing. A lot of work on the Enspiral Ambassadors program, and there'll be more updates coming in Sprint 11. I'm sort of catching up on our documentation for that, and we'll be writing up and getting a bit more of an update out to everyone about what the ambassadors are, how we're working. But it's been taking a lot of time. It's starting to go really well, so I'm enjoying that. And again, with the improvements board, you can type things up here to filter for things. So these are all the sort of catalyst work. And so there's a video from Andre and Susan for the last sprint. And then the other thing you can do is if we go to milestones here, sprint 11. And this is everything which we're pretty much planning for this sprint here. And again, I'm going to be working on the ambassadors things. With some clarity coming on the venture status for Rabid, and then there's all these other tickets here. So yeah, jump onto the improvements board and see what we're up to. And yeah, it's going to be a fun sprint. It's good to have some energy back, and I'll be in Australia for pretty much most of it. So I've got a good amount of time to jump into Catalyst work, which is pretty exciting. All right, take care.